Hello, I'm Noel Capon. Welcome to Chapter 17 of your textbook, Distribution Decisions. In this chapter, we deal with the third P of the four P's in an S. We've already talked about product and promotion. Those are the communications chapters. And now we talk about place or distribution. The idea of distribution is getting your product to the final consumers through a set of intermediaries. In any distribution channel, there are a host of intermediaries, each of which fulfills its own function or set of functions. And of course, these intermediaries and their functions evolve over time as the environment evolves. In developing a distribution strategy, the firm must make several decisions. First, it must figure out what are the various functions that need to be completed in order to get its products from itself into its end customers. Second of all, it must figure out of those functions that have to be completed, which of those it's going to do itself directly and which it's going to have other entities do for it. That would be indirect distribution activities. The firm must make decisions on distribution channel breadth. That is, how many of distributors or intermediaries of a certain type it wishes to use, whether it wishes to use a few and have, shall we say, exclusive distribution, or whether it wants to have many, which would be intensive distribution. Once it's made these decisions, it can go ahead and figure out a set of criteria for choosing individual distributors, and then go ahead and act on that and actually make some distributor choices. In the chapter, we'll talk about laying out a distribution strategy and, in fact, show you an example of a real distribution strategy. Now, it's one thing to develop a distribution strategy and select your distributors. It's quite another to manage them on a day-by-day basis. We discuss some of the problems that firms have with distributors along the dimensions of power and conflict, and give some ideas on how to deal with these sorts of problems. We conclude by discussing the partnership model, where the firm and its distributor work together to jointly secure their objectives, as a counterpoint to the power and conflict model, which tends to have an awful lot of problems. We conclude the chapter with a brief discussion of some of the legal issues in distribution. Now, distribution is a critical part of the firm's marketing strategy, figuring out how to move its products from the firm to end-use customers. Success or failure with distributors can often mean success or failure for the firm as a whole. So I hope you will learn something in this chapter which will help you avoid some of the pitfalls in distribution. Good luck.